Alright, here is the video review for the kind of surprise, came out of nowhere figure from TFCon Chicago, ToyWorld's TW-H04G Grant. It's part of their Headmaster line, and you can see that it is a little Fortress Maximus based off of, it's actually Grand Maximus in this color scheme, the exclusive color scheme. There is a full Fortress Maximus color scheme coming down the road, and it's called Infinitor or Fortress, depending on where you pre-order from. But this was exclusive to the TF Source booth at TFCon Chicago. It was the big reveal of the figure, and it's nice. I do have the Fortress Maximus one pre-ordered. I'm looking forward to that. But if you can't afford the giant, the price tag of an original Grand Maximus, this really isn't a bad little substitute just to have some representation of him on your shelf. Now the box is very similar to Roar. It's very plain. It's just this. I mean, there's a ToyWorld logo up here, and then a little sticker that says Grant. But it's just a plain brown box, and inside that is the same kind of styrofoam clamshell that fills the whole box. And that's really all there is to the packaging. And in there, of course, in the clamshell, is Grant and all his accessories, and then the little pack with the instruction sheet, a sticker placement guide, a plastic trading card, a little sticker of Grant like came with Roar, and then the sticker sheet for the figure itself. And we'll get more into this, how the sticker sheet works in a little bit. I actually saved a sticker off to show you how I apply them. But it's a nice little sticker sheet. You see this one's all stickered up and ready to go. And here he is in just his regular Fortress Max, you know, the standard base mode slash city mode for that mold. And it's smallish. It's not huge. It fits, you know, it's bigger than the palm of your hand, but you can carry it around the palm of your hand. It's bigger than, I never had the little KO one that they did a while back, but it's bigger than the Kabaya kit, obviously. And now this is the main city mode, the one you're probably more familiar with. There is an alternate city mode here. We'll go ahead and pop this off, in which you bring these down and spin the whole waist around here. He does have waist articulation. And then you bring the legs out to the side and around and flatten the feet. And so over here, bring them out to the side, bring the feet around, and it sits. So we can get this up. Come on. Rotate the leg up here. I'll bring these down off to the side, and the instructions only show it like this, and then you plug the gun into the front here. It's flat like that. You can actually move. Some of the promo shots, the ramps come off, and you can actually plug the ramp into where the gun is and extend those out like this. You can see the hands actually fold away for transformation, which is nice. But we'll get that off of there. Pull this in a little bit more. And plug those in, straighten the waist up a little bit to even these out. And you get a slightly wider, larger city mode. And again, if the gun's not here, you can actually plug the gun in here if you want. You can plug it into the side of the tower as well. So you've got a little wider, more repair bay type thing, but just an alternate city mode for the figure. And there is a little tower up here, and inside sits the little Headmaster, and we'll get to him a little later on. There is also, of course, go ahead and get this back where it should be. Rotate the waist around. Oh, get the legs around properly. They're facing forward. Bring those around like this. You see a lot of like heavy clicking ratchet joints, which is nice. Everything's nice and tight on this guy. Put this on right here. Move the ramps back to where they should be on the arms. And fold that up. And you do have his original kind of flying fortress spaceship. Whatever you want to think of it. I never really thought of that as a spaceship. But you do see him flying around in Rebirth and a couple other places. So there you go. Also, when he's in city mode, you can flip these up. These little pieces flip up to fill in the gap, which is a nice little touch, so you don't have that big gap there on the top of the legs. But yeah, Fortress mode. The next bit, we'll go ahead and pop the Headmaster out. And he's very ToyWorld-esque Headmaster. He looks very G1. He doesn't have any way to hide the face. He just have the face around the back, just like all the other ToyWorld guys. But there's the Headmaster. He's got little shoulder ball joints, elbow ball joints at the hip and ball joints at the knee. So he's not crazy posable. He doesn't have like super articulation, but he's got it where it counts, so you can get him in a lot of really neat poses. So then onto this, we'll pop this off. And again, the feet just flip up here. Pull this around to the back of the leg. Split the tower. Come here, you. The whole canopy splits in half because it's a smaller set. In order to fit the Headmaster in there, they had to make the canopy split. Pull the arms down. Pull the ramps up. If you've ever transformed a Fort Max, you've got a basic idea of how this works. And then we open up the arm, and you may have to use the gun to get his hand out of there. If we can get it, we can pop it like this. There we go. Get his hand out. Come on, hand. There we go. Get the fist out. Same over here. And that one's a lot tighter. Go ahead and pry this hand out. So get the hand out. Pull that down. And then these pieces right here are actually on, they plug in and they're actually on ball joints up here. So you fold this piece down onto the back. And then instead of just hanging out way back here, these actually fold up and around. And then fold up against the back like that, which is nice. So again, up and around, flip it around. And they fold up right up against the back. Just like that. These should tab into place. And then stand them up. Let's see if we can get the whole thing in here. And there's the base body without the head. He can hold his rifle. He does have, now he's got opposable fingers. It's all one piece, but they are hinged there. He's got a wrist swivel. He does have the little flip up, the little guns here on his arm that can flip up and come out. He's got double jointed elbows, both up here and down here. He's got an upper bicep swivel. The shoulder joint rocks. This piece rotates as well for some reason. I'm not sure why. He's flip open chest with a tech spec reader. Oh, it looks like one of those got jammed in there. There we go. He's got a little tech spec reader that each one is individual. Like, I'm gonna push down on these. So like different. If you use a G1 Headmaster on it, it'll give you the tech specs, which is cool, in 3 different colors. He does have the opening canopy here on his chest. He does have that waist swivel, which is nice. Thigh swivel, hinge here at the leg, hinge here at the leg. He's actually got a knee joint now. And he actually has these pieces on the ankle tilt out. So he's even got ankle tilts. So posability-wise, he's much improved over the large full-size G1 version. Although I guess that's a little easier to do. Although all of these joints feel like there's something that could be worked into the original G1 Fortress Maximus. They're nice, good, strong ratchets, and none of them feel like they would... they're done in such a way that none of them feel like they would compromise him being able to stand or pose on the original toy. But it is nice to have all that extra articulation on him. And the head, just... You bring his legs up and fold them around, so these tabs on the outside now tab together up here. Just like that. And then you just plug his head in. And again, it'll activate the tech specs here when you plug it in. And it does, that whole assembly with the tech specs and everything rotates. So he does have some side-to-side head movement as well. And all in all, like, he's a pretty awesome little dude. He's less revisionist G1, aside from adding the joints, than some of the other headmasters in their line are. And by comparison, here he is with ToyWorld's Brainstorm. So you can see he's a little bit bigger than their Brainwave. Let's see if I can get him to stand here flat. And there is there is some compatibility. You can pop in Brainwave's head, although it doesn't stay in very well. And to be fair, it doesn't really plug in very well on Brainwave either. It doesn't lock into place, but you can put him in there. Just for a size comparison there. Here he is with just G1 Cerebros. I obviously, for obvious reasons, couldn't bring the whole Fort Max in just to compare this guy because I wouldn't even be able to fit him in the frame. And again, you can use G1 Headmaster on the body. Takes a little bit of doing, but you can put Cerebros on there. Or I guess that would be Spike, with Spike on there. So you can use that head on the body as well. Here he is with Fans Project Code. I'll just give you an idea of the size comparison there. I haven't tried his head on here, but I bet it would fit. Yeah, it fits. It doesn't really lock into place, but you can get it to set up there if you want. Here he is with the other third-party Fort Max. Here he is with Fans Project's Warden. So let me go ahead and put the head back on here real quick just to show you the size comparison between the two of them. Grant does come in at about 1.5 inches, maybe not quite 2 inches between the top of their heads. And of course, since people are going to ask, you can actually take Warden off of here. And you can even put Warden on Grant as well. So, and it's like I said, since that whole mechanism turns, he gives him some side-to-side head motion as well. So really, just about any headmaster out there. And I forgot to bring. Actually, you know what? I have Brainstorm with me. Let me get him out of here. I don't think he's gonna fit. The new Brainstorm from Hasbro. Although I am absolutely wrong. There is Hasbro's Brainstorm head, and he's loose because he's not designed to go into a classic headmaster slot with the tech specs and everything. But you can actually get Brainstorm's head onto Grant. It looks silly, but it can be done. So yeah, it's like I said, this one's nice. It was very limited. I don't know if they've sold out of the little extra stock they had. He was always intended to be a limited exclusive. He was just kind of like I said, he was intended to be the announcement at TFCon. But there is a really nicely done Fort Max version that's coming that you can pre-order at several different places. I'll put the link to TF Source down there in the description. And he will be, like you said, all this detail on Grant here is stickers. And Fort Max looks like, or Infinidor, or whatever they're calling him, looks to be have all the detail fully painted on. But the stickers do a decent job. And I'm going to go and talk about the stickers. I didn't put this shoulder piece on just to show you, because the sticker sheet, as you saw, is all one big piece. And it's covered by a solid clear sheet. Like, all the stickers are on the white backing, and then there's a solid clear piece over them. And somebody showed you could peel back, like here, I'll show you, like right here. Here's the backing. Somebody was saying you could peel this up, get some tweezers, and kind of peel those stickers off of this clear backing and use the tweezers to apply them. You can absolutely do that. If you're comfortable doing that, that is absolutely a valid choice. What I've been doing for all of these was I cut them all out individually as I was, not all at once, but as I needed them, I'd cut them off the main sheet. And then I find it's way easier. Put them off the sheet, give yourself some space around it, and then peel it off. And you'll see the decal is going to come up with the clear sheet here versus staying on here. And once you've done that, now you don't have to touch the back of the decal itself with the tweezers or your fingers or anything and risk messing up some of that residue, the adhesive on it. And you've got a nice clear piece to hold it from, so which you can see through, which means you can get it on there, and it'll kind of stick, but it won't stick until you press down really well. So you can take that, you can use that clear to line it up exactly where you want it on the figure, get it right there where it's supposed to go, and then you just kind of apply some pressure to it, rub it, just give it a good good push down, and then you can just slowly peel off the clear backing or the clear cover, and then you've got a very nicely applied sticker. You can be a lot more accurate with the placement of them, and really, really nice way of doing it. It takes a little bit more effort, but the end result I feel is worth it, because a lot of these stickers I didn't have the issue of like, oh, got to peel it up again because it went on crooked, got to peel it up again. You could get it lined up before you even did it, and even if it doesn't, it doesn't stick completely until you really push down on it and adhere it to the figure, and then you can just peel that clear backing off. Very simple, and made it a lot easier to get some of them on. Now, in the case of these horn stickers there on his helmet, you want to cut right up against that sharp edge so you can get it right up against there with a clear piece. But you can have all the clear you want hanging out over here to line that up and get it in the right position. So yeah, nicely done there, ToyWorld. So yeah, there he is, now fully stickered. There is Grant from ToyWorld, and like I said, there may still be a few of these left over at TF Source. And then the Infinidor is coming. Their version of Fort Max is coming shortly. Oh, and also real quick, since I do have him here, I'll have this here at the end. There he is. There's a size comparison of him with the new Generations Voyager Brainstorm. So you can see he's kind of the old Ultra class. He's bigger than General Voyagers, and again, he looks really good. It's like I said, it's very G1-esque in design, but the extra posability is really cool on this guy. So anyway, there you go. There's Grant, the accountant, apparently. I was going to make an accountant joke, but like that was something that apparently came about at TFCon, and I do not know the whole story behind it. But there's Grant from ToyWorld.